Hello, hello, everyone. What is up? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody in the stream chat. Who we got? Jim, Gabe, Rev Runner, Player WM86, Clover Shroom, Fat Chris is here. What is up, man? Thank you so much for being here. Jeffrey and Tall Nova. Hold on. We're dropping some frames. We're dropping some frames, so hold up a second. Our producer just needs to fix that. He'll get it. He's the best producer in all of arcade streaming. Lord BBH, what is up? Stars Align, Stupendous Man. I saw an arcade. Hold on, I lost my chat for a second. Give me a second. Hold on a second. The Real Hammer, Billy Lee. Crackerjack, Jose, what is up, man? Stephen Lucas. We're good? Everything? Roger, are we still dropping some frames, or are we good? Merlin and Elwood Blues, what is up, man? Thank you for being here. Pepster and Todd, what is up, man? I'm doing amazing. Excited for another Monday mystery game, as I am every week, though. It's always fun. Allison, thank you, and Adam, thank you both for being here. Oh, and I'm excited for this. We got some awesome stuff going on this one. Underground Retrocade in the stream. Thank you for being here. I have to get out there. One of my favorite arcades in existence. Joe P. Real still thinking about DD Crew from last week. Bullmaster, what is up? Shout out to Stan Iacovelli. He's one of our lifetime members. Hope you are doing well, man. A monitor and joystick issue on Roadrunner? You know, I don't know if I've ever seen an issue on that Roadrunner stick. Played it not too long ago. It's an Atari Hall Effect stick. Very interesting control and feel to that one. Very unique playing game. Lumbo's in the stream chat. That guy played Titan and Dark Presence. Hope you are doing well, man. Game Dungeon Productions, what is up, man? We still have your amazing Golden Axe artwork on display up at the front counter. Mama Waffles in the stream chat.
Hi, Mom.
Jolt, someone now, and James, what is up? The talent, GGA Jeremiah, saying that he heard tales of Lumbo playing Kincaid in Dark Presence. He did in the 94 and the 96 filmings, but not in the 2005 filming. And we're not going back to refilm now, so. All right. Are you ready?
Are you ready for the Monday Mystery Game?
Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today is Monday, December 25th, 2025, and we are here with yet another Monday Mystery Game, this time game number 1069, going on the arcade floor. Last week, we saw game number 1068, and it was none other than DD Crew, released from Sega back in 1990. Great beat 'em up. You know, we have the 4-player version, which is a different ROM set, but going with the 2-player version. A lot to this game, a lot of nuanced stuff. As far as the controls, it feels a little, I would say, boxy and maybe a little clunky, but if you get the understanding of it and how to throw enemies and how to do not just the basic moves, definitely a very awesome game. Anxious to see, we've been putting in a 2-in-1 with Arabian Fight, so looking forward to everybody putting in scores on that one. You know, I believe it was it the 7th? No, the 10th, maybe the 10th, maybe it was the 13th, I don't know. Somewhere in the last few days marked the 10-year anniversary of the Monday Mystery Game. So every Monday for 10 years, 52 weeks out of the year, we have been here, except for that 1 week that I missed. But the show went on without me. We're going to keep going with it. We got a lot more games. We got hundreds of more games in the vaults. So for the people that have been tuning in so faithfully, we appreciate all the support, all the people coming out. It's so crazy seeing people mention specific weeks. I came out and this was the game and it became a new favorite. That means so much to me. It really pushes us to keep doing all the stuff that we're doing. And there's so many things. Like we've had our 15-year anniversary. There's so many milestones that we've had. And you know, today it's a very special one. And a lot of things going on. We've got a big thing at the end of the show. We're going to bring up one of the legends of the industry, Brian Colin, who is worked on so many amazing games. And anytime the legends of the industry that we've had out here, you see all their pictures up on the wall up there. Such a big things. All these people that made these amazing games that get people to travel in from every corner of the world to play, to have them take time out and come out and hang out with us and tell the stories and talk about new projects. It's always an amazing thing. So looking forward to that. 10-year anniversary. Brian Cole, it's already a jam-packed show, so excited for it. And what a milestone for the 10-year anniversary show. So can't get any bigger than that. On Thursday this last week, the talent was here down at the arcade, putting in another Gun Force stream, and gotta say, he approached the task and surpassed many, many top players. Creeping up on the arcade card. What Waffles? What place is he in now? 4th place? It's insane. On a game that he'd only played those 2 days. Blew up Mossy's score right at the end of the stream. Very awesome. He will be back this Thursday streaming something. What? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But we will be streaming this Thursday. Friday, the talent was back on it. He was playing the new Bitmap Bureau game, Terminator 2, No Fate. Streamed that down from the production offices. He won CC'd on his first playthrough, playing it on normal difficulty. He's back, definitely finding a lot more challenge on the hard difficulty. So I don't know what we'll be streaming. Probably we will be streaming this Friday as well. So Thursday, Friday stream. What we'll be streaming, I don't know. I don't know if he's going after those multi-million point scores in Gun Force. He'll probably move on. Maybe we'll go back to Resident Evil on the Friday stream. We'll see. We'll see. YouTube video of the full playthrough is up if you want to watch the talent and listen to me ramble on about many things. You know, we were talking about so many people coming in. We were treated to Todd Rogers, OG player from back in the day. Stopped in on Friday. Awesome to get to sync up with him and his new wife. Very cool to talk to them. Saw him playing some Super Monaco GP. So it's great to catch up with Todd when he's in town. I also have to say huge thanks to Jolt. Jolt, man, we got some stuff in the mail today. Thank you for that, man. Super generous of you. And very much appreciated. And then I come down to the arcade, and there's some things gifted to us from Elwood Blues. Thank you as well, man. You guys are awesome. Like, there's been a million arcades out there, and this community, you guys treat us really good, and we really appreciate all the generosity. And again, we love getting to do what we get to do here, and the fact that everybody's so supportive and makes it so fun. It's never work. It's such an amazing community and amazing to have so many friendships that have formed here. And it's so cool. You get to see the people that are here on a regular basis. You got the one and only Bulldog sitting here today. He is here at the arcade. Awesome having him out here. And it just never stops. What an amazing community. So thank you all for making it what it is. Speaking of an amazing community, Prince Arcade's hosting their 7-year anniversary this Saturday. You know, Jeremy Fox, known that guy for a decade plus, gone on countless warehouse raids, talked so much with that guy about arcade gaming, and it was so amazing to watch him open Prince Arcades 7 years ago and grow it into everything that it has grown into. He's done expansions. He's one of those arcades that's doing it right. It's always an amazing thing. So I think this Saturday, me and the talent might swing out there. So come join us. Waffles, are you coming with for that? Maybe. We'll see. Prince Arcades this Saturday, 7-year anniversary. Huge congratulations to Jeremy Fox and the whole Prince Arcades community. I know so many people have gone there and just said how great it is. So I haven't even seen the new expansion, so excited to go out there this Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, we've got the TFO show going on in Japan this Saturday. So that's our for the people that are interested in Galloping Ghost Kaiju Kobo, our licensed Godzilla model kits. That's going on this weekend too. So there's just so many things. So many things, so many things. But one of the things I am most excited about for today is to bring up one of the legends of the industry, Brian Cullen. So let's bring Brian up here.
Ready?
Coming up.
All right. Oh, all right. Well, normally I don't need these things because I talk way too loud, but we'll see what we can do.
I've been too loud or too long?
Oh, I'm always too long. You're going to have to cut me off so many times. I've got so many stories to share tonight, tons of them. But I think he's limited me to 2, maybe 1.
2 or 3 hours.
Sounds good.
We're not one to rush. We're not.
All right, good. All right, first off, we're in the arcade. We're not in the pinball side. That's over there. But I just got to point out this wonderful Christmas shirt. Was made for pinball designer, the late, great Dan Langlois. He did Escape from the Lost World. He did Strange Science. And this Sanosaurus Rex shirt. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have happy holidays. Okay, now we can get on with it. What are we doing?
All right. So it's kind of redundant to introduce who you are. But I know...
Well, I know who I am.
I know who you are.
Okay. Well,
I think most people here know who you are. But Brian Cullen, legend of the industry, creator and artist on so many amazing games. You got Rampage, Zawackery, Xenophobe, Arch Rivals, Pigskin.
Yeah.
So many amazing arcade games.
I've got a few dogs in there, too, but we won't talk about those. Unless you want to.
I think there's maybe one arcade game of yours that we don't have.
Star Trek Voyager capsule. I've tried to be given to Doc for years, but he's still, as much as he's grown over these years, he still can't squeeze in that enormous Star Trek Voyager capsule.
A secret from the vault. Jeff Nauman.
What?
Jeff Nauman donated us a full dedicated Star Trek Voyager cabinet.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
It will be here.
Oh, that's tremendous. That is so great.
But you're right on the space issue.
Yeah, no, he's still got to build a second floor to get that up there.
It's
heavy
coming
enough. He's got to really build a so strong second floor.
We wouldn't not have that. But beyond all the games you've made over 90 games that everybody here has played forever. And to me, as a game designer, I have such an inspiration with those games that you've put out. I remember, it fires so many points in my mind at once. As a game designer, it's like, wow, these games are memorable. And that's like the pinnacle of what you can do with a game. Games come out now, and they come and they go away, and nobody talks about them.
But we share this, though. We share this. Because my games that were hits came from here. And you understand that making a game is all about coming from the heart and the passion behind it. That's what games are about.
I saw a post on Facebook saying, I don't know who posted, but somebody said, how could an unknown IP make any money? And it's like, that's all it was. It wasn't just taking stuff people knew and like games like pinball games like Evil Dead, and that's the big thing, to have something that's from the ground up, not some other outside fan base. It's from the ground up, and so many of your games had that, and it's an amazing thing.
It was not. It's not because I understood the industry. I fell backwards into it. I fell into a place that was, hey, I belong here. But when I would go to shows back in the day, and everybody from management down is saying, hey, that's making money, let's do something like that. That's making money, let's do something like that. I was always, I want to be working on something that no one's ever done before. And when I'd go to a trade show, I'd run up and down the aisles going, all right, that's too close to what I'm thinking about. All right, well, maybe I better think about something. Oh, no, oh, yeah, that's not close enough. That's not. And then I'd come back from a trade show going, now I know what I'm working on next. And now I know what I'm working on after that. I wanted to do stuff that no one had ever seen before. And a great game doesn't need to be redone, just like a great movie doesn't need to be redone. You want to do something that's going to surprise people, and I wanted to do something that not only surprised them, made them laugh.
So, from an artist standpoint, I see that in every game that you've done, where it's its own standalone thing, and it captivates people. The companies that you've worked with have let you go well above. Like I always talk about this. The arcade games that you put out had such. They had that extra. Like you look at Captain Cruiser, it was like or Cosmic Cruiser. It's one of those where most games got a cabinet, joystick, and buttons. You got spinning light up UFO.
Well, and now in that case, I can't take credit for that. That was a game that was out on test and bombing. And I'd only been working at Bally Midway for a couple of months. And I said, look, it looks like every other space game out there. So I created this little character, and management said, oh, let's reskin the game. Create everything new, Brian. And I'd only been there for months. In those early days, it was the Wild West. They left us alone, and we were a bunch of creatives in our own little spot going, can we do this? Who's going to stop us? It was that kind of a world back then. And then later on, they weren't exactly letting me do what I wanted to do. We had to fight for stuff. Can we get this kind of hardware for this? I want to scroll. Can't do it. All right, we'll figure out a way to scroll this old hardware. Or I want to do a character with huge. No, we can't do this. All right, so we're not giving you any more art space. All right, I got to figure out a way to fake it or get it in there. And then when the dollars came in and the tokens came in, then it was always, yeah, we let you do that. That's the way we are. Yes, we're good. So it was fighting, but it was fun. And it was because everybody on the team believed in it, believed in what we were doing, and that's what makes for a fun game.
Well, I know on the home console side, one of the games that I found, I was a huge Sega Genesis fan.
Okay.
And one of the games that I absolutely fell in love with and played nonstop was General Chaos.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you kept food on my table.
It had, I went out and I bought the 4-player adapter. I didn't have 4 friends at the time. I should say I wouldn't allow. I was very particular about who got to come in, and
a discerning individual.
I didn't just let anybody come into my gaming room. But General Chaos was one that, look at even that. Who's getting 4-player?
We were almost. EA asked us to create a game for them. I proposed General Chaos, in which, if you're young enough that you don't know, was like one of the top earning original titles for EA the year we released it. It was a real-time strategy, not turn-based, real-time strategy, multiplayer, the first and probably the funniest game of its type to ever come out. You're controlling half-dozen characters running around the screen, so's the other player, all at once. You go here, you go here, you go here, and hope they're going to line up, and then meanwhile everybody else. It was chaos, and that was the name, General Chaos. And the 4-player, we were 3/4 of the way through it when they said, Sega's going to release a 4-player, and a lot of it is because of how this game is doing. So what an honor, and how great it felt back then to know that the 4-player was coming out so we could expand our battlefield. It was great.
Well, that's one of those things where that game's so unique and really nothing like it. And it's like I see so many newer players that they missed it. They're like, oh, I don't have a Genesis hooked up.
Well, okay, I'm thinking this is a prelude to first. I've got a couple new games coming out in 2026. General Chaos 2, Major Snafu, is finally 3/4 of the way through. We are coming out with it next year. There is a pre-launch Kickstarter out there that we can probably put up a graphic for it later. But General Chaos 2 is coming out, and the fans of that game have only been waiting 35 years. I apologize for that. We've had a couple of false starts. One of them Doc knows very well about because Doc helped us when we launched the first Kickstarter. Doc helped us do a wonderful. Did they have internet back then? I don't remember. He did a wonderful fundraiser for us here. Unfortunately, should I share this?
Sure.
The week after I announced the Kickstarter, I found out I had cancer. My first indoor kids with the gang out there, I literally was getting on the plane and I found out. So our promotional push was, and the problems, that little disease caused, kind of made that thing not happen. And that was where 1,000 fans, wrote in, said, we want to make this happen. We're sorry we didn't see it. So we've been in touch. And after a few years, it's time. Now is the time. We are going to announce this to the world. So I did again the week before COVID.
We were very close to releasing Dark Presence the week before COVID, too.
Now, I don't know if I should say this, but when I first met Doc, he was working on Dark Presence, and I was hoping to get General Chaos going. And I think I said to him, if I said it to him once, I said it to him 50 times. Doc, you shouldn't take more than a year or two with a game. How can you be doing this? Just release it, make a next one, blah, blah, get it. Come on, Doc. I'm good. Come on. So 12 years after talking about General Chaos 2, I no longer say that to Doc because I now understand.
Well, and that's kind of the interesting thing. Depending on how you factor Spectre files into things.
All right, now Doc just brought up another game that arrived, 30 years after it was first filmed? Deathstalker, the Spectre Files, which Doc has here at the arcade, and it's at another dozen arcades around the country, and it's on Steam, was an interactive film I shot because I was a filmmaker before I fell into this industry. And it's a classic horror comedy film. Think of the worst mystery science theater movie you've ever seen. This is about 12 notches below it and even more fun. And Doc made it possible. Everyone thank Doc for Deathstalker.
It was so many things that lined up just right.
They did.
The fact that you still had all that video footage.
Yeah, well, that was it. We were talking one day, and I mentioned that was something that would never got released. And I said, I've still got the film cans in the basement. And Doc's like, well, let's do a restoration. And I'm like, Doc, it was never an arcade game. How can we restore it? He's like, Brian, you still make arcade games. Okay. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It is something about the designers that made, and the artists and the programmers that made games from back then. It is something that, talking to new designers, they don't. It's a different mindset.
It's a different world. I really call it the Wild West back then because it was just 3 people basically made Rampage. You know, Mikey Bartlow did the sounds, Jeff Nauman did the programming, I did the art and animation. Maybe 4 of us came up with the game when we had the impulse to, wow, we can do this, even though the hardware people say we can't. But it was a small team of passionate people making stuff back then. Unfortunately, the more money you make in a corporation, the more middle management comes in, the more, well, we can't do Rampage because you're eating people and that's bad. The monsters are hungry. They didn't ask to be turned into monsters. They're the victims, not. But we fought, it got it done, and it broke every earnings record of the day. It was a great, great time, and it was always a team effort. You just got to get a good team with everybody pulling in the same direction. Ego has to be kind of stomped out. You've got to realize that when we're not agreeing. Game design is confrontational, as you know. I think this, you think that, I think this. But if you think beyond your own ego and go, what do we want here? We want the best thing for the player. We can go back and forth going, no, yes, no, yeah. No. Oh, eventually you're going to think from a different direction, and then you're both going to go, now it's there. And that's easier with a small team.
Very much so. It's one of those things where working. See, Spectrophiles was. It's your game. It's your vision. It's your, like, you did all the filming. It was such a. There's some facilitation of it from this side, but it was just kind of like. You're the artist. You're the artist.
You made it possible. You made it possible, and there's you can't say enough about that.
Thank you for that. It has been something, watching General Chaos 2, I've been excited about it since you started talking about it. I want everybody to make sure, I think we have a link for the Kickstarter that is when is that launching?
It's going to be launching in the new year, probably in mid-January, although I'm not anybody familiar with how to do good marketing or social media. I'm getting a lot of advice from people that do understand it, but it's probably going to be launching. The best thing to do, though, is go to the Kickstarter pre-launch page and say, notify me the day it launches, and here's why. A big fan, good voice actor, radio personality, Tom Kelly, who works for a tremendous video game retailer, has indicated that he's going to give away, he wants to give away a PlayStation 5 and a Switch for people that share the info on this from when he does a post about it. And I'll have more details on that later on the General Chaos page. But I'm talking to him. That's exciting to me. He wants to help. This was to help. Doc called me last week and said, you're trying to promote this. Why aren't you here next Monday? I'm here. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you so much. So we're going to have, if you can, make sure you are sharing the Kickstarter link. Tell all your friends to make sure they're following the page because it's going to be going live in the new year. We're going to have a pop-up display at the front counter with a QR code that'll take you right there. Make sure you're following all of Brian's social media. There's the General Refuge.
Game Refuge. General Chaos fan page. I don't know if that's being posted in front of our faces or not. But you can check my website, but it hasn't been updated since the Rampage movie, so don't bother with that. Although it does have about 50 of my games on it. But, yeah, check the Brian Colin page, the Game Refuge Incorporated page, the official General Chaos fan club for updates and how many secrets do we want to give away tonight? There's going to be, we're doing it with Steam. We're in Steamworks. That'll be up in a couple of days. We're doing a Discord channel so fans of the game can interact with the design team. there are a lot of industry people have been working on this with me, and they've been passionate about it and been great. I've got some great newcomers come to the industry who are, man, they're fantastic. I just got word, though, and I don't know if I want to say their names, some great industry people, voice actors, will be playing General Chaos, Major Havoc, Major Snafu, and Major Fubar. And all right, Mr. Boom Shakalaka, and the new voice of Skeletor, and yeah, never mind. Yeah, Tim Kitzrow and Isaac Wells and Tom Kelly, and the fourth guy, the really old character, is going to be played by some mystery guy with a big mouth. I'm not saying who he is.
That's some secrets going out. Normally,
and I wouldn't. You didn't hear that. I wasn't supposed to tell anybody yet. But yeah, that's all going to happen.
All right. Is there anything else you want to share?
I do have a second game coming out, and this may not be the place for it. But if you like my game art and my pen and ink style, Silver Phoenix Productions, who does tabletop games and comic books, in 2026 they're going to be releasing Portals of Peril, which is a hilarious dungeon adventure type game, and I did 275 cards with my art on it, and it has all of the horrible bad pun humor of Deathstalker and Spectre Files, and you might even recognize a character or two. So that's coming out in 2026 too. Thank you, Silver Phoenix. Oh, and if anybody wants to play test that, because it's going on right now, contact me at Game Refuge Facebook page, and I'll put you in touch with the people at Silver Phoenix. 6-player game.
I know people over at Silver Phoenix.
Okay, then you know Charles.
I think everybody knows Charles.
Okay, everybody knows Charles. I'm not supposed to say his name either, but I just did.
That is awesome. Well,
yeah, that's going to be fun.
You know, it is always an honor to have you out here, one of the legends of the industry, an inductee of the International Video Game Hall of Fame.
Same year you were, as I recall.
Same year you inducted me.
That's right.
Which was,
that's right.
Again.
And it was an honor. It was an absolute honor.
The honor was all mine to have a true legend of the industry, creator of such a plethora of games that have made people happy for decades.
And you are someone who, I think I told you this when I first met you, and you tell me, I'm bringing arcades back to this country, and I'm going to make it happen. And I said, Doc, set your bar a little lower. And I was so wrong. This man has done so much to bring arcades back to the world. Thank you so much from all of us.
Thank you so much. The legend, Brian Colin, thank you so much. He'll be here for a bit. Maybe he'll answer some questions. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. You know it.
All right. That has to be a record. Speaking of records, I imagine we probably have some new records. So why don't we summon forth the greatest Mortal Kombat 9 spoke player of all time, is GJ Tommy Waffles, to talk about some scores.
Hello.
Tom, how are the scores?
The scores are, you got your Voss ready?
Voss-worthy?
Got a couple Voss-worthy scores. Let me think. We're going to start off with Andrew Iwasco taking back Samurai Fighter Shingen. A 1cc, of course. The battle between the two-time and the gamer of the decade. Andrew taking it this week. That's it for Andrew. Next up, we've got Mr. Jim Patzer. You know, when Patzer's in town, got a couple things to talk about here about him on this segment. We got an NFL Blitz world record. We've got a Bomb Jack new house high, and we just updated and added a brand new track to Food Fights, which he took the score in. Brand new track on Food Fight, starting on level 1 with default settings. Very, very good stuff to Jim. Expecting to see a decent amount of action on that game now. It's fresh. Looks like meat is back on the table, boys. And
playing great, too.
Playing amazing. Playing amazing. Looks like meat's back on a menu. Sorry. That was embarrassing. All right, that's it.
All right. Tom, how was the weekend?
Weekend was solid. Pretty busy Saturday. Shout out to the Fur Guys, Kevin Jimenez and his crew coming through on Saturday. Really appreciate the support. Believe they had a tournament in Vampire Savior 2, so that was pretty cool. Master Tech Doug Fox got that in good working condition for the guys coming through for the weekend, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought, Sunday was pretty chill. Obviously, shout outs to the gentleman working the front. And yeah, I'm trying to think if any. There was the gentleman who wanted me to sign a shirt, and I didn't catch a name and I forgot, but he says he's always watching the stream. So if you see me next time, man, let me know, because I always like to give our stream watchers a nice little shout out on stream. Appreciate the support. Even if you're just lurking, I don't care, man. Just watching the stream. Every single time we're live Mondays and Thursdays. Just being there is very, very helpful, and it's cool to see the people in the flesh. From the interwebs to the flesh. So that was pretty tight.
All right. Is it time?
I don't know. I think the chat wants us to prattle on a little longer. The anticipation, we got to build up. I actually have nothing else to say. My segment was way less cool and less important. I'm done.
All right. I'm excited to get this one unveiled.
No, yeah, we did. Joe, you missed it, man. It was short and sweet.
What happened?
It was solid.
What happened?
Joe was like, we didn't ask about the weekend. I was like, yeah, it's solid. It was good. It was solid.
I feel like... Did Jimbo? Jimbo left?
He
We were
rage
going to
quit.
bring Brian up to induct him into the International Video Game Hall of Fame.
Oh, man. All right, well, next time.
Next time the stars align for the 10-year anniversary. Oh, well. All right. Without any further ado,
Here we go.
do you want to give that a little check?
Doc asked me to check these games that I've never seen before, so I'm like, yeah,
All right,
it
not
looks
real.
proper.
I'm expecting Jimbo to come smashing through the wall, and he says,
Kool-Aid man. There he is. He was
missed it.
halfway
He
down
missed it.
Ogden, and then we heard International All
All right.
right, let's do it.
That was asterisk and a joke, and that we have no authoritative power to induct people into the National Video Game Hall of Fame. All right. Now, without any further ado, your Monday mystery game, number 1069, is none other than Return of the Invaders. Released from Taito back in 1985. For me. So this basically, there's Space Invaders. There's Space Invaders Deluxe. And then there was Return of the Invaders. The third in the early years. Definitely a lot more going on than Space Invaders. We wanted to get this one out this year as it's the 40-year anniversary of Return of the Invaders. And you know, can we show that video? So back when the original Space Invaders came out in 1978, on the 40-year anniversary, you know, I figured this very fitting. We have a legend of the industry here today with Brian Colin. With this game, Taito asked us to do the introduction video for the Space Invaders 40-year anniversary for Tomohiro Nishikado out in Japan. So I got to do this little front-end video. It was such an honor. And this is one of those things. The industry side of it for me is it takes it to that next level. To get to do anything in connection with somebody, the man that created Space Invaders was such an honor. So had you ever met Tomohiro Nishikado?
I have not.
He's not made it out here, but let's play that. Let's play that.
Greetings, Mr. Nishikado. I'm Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois, here in the United States. For myself and everyone that plays here, we want to wish you a happy anniversary for your game creation, Space Invaders. It's a true legendary game that has stood the test of time. We want to thank you for everything that you have contributed to arcade gaming and video gaming in general, and we know that your game will continue to be played by millions of people all around the world. Thank you very much, and happy 40th anniversary.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So who's stepping up to play some Return of the Invaders? The one and only Jimbo Slice starting it off. Jimbo! Have you played Return of the Invaders?
This is an oldie, but I don't know him. But
You don't know this one.
All right. I don't even know if I play. Well, I'll give it a try.
All right. This was Space Invaders, the next iteration of it.
After this, I will sum up my 10-year money anniversary. After this, it'll be short, I hope.
10 years.
Crazy.
Hold on, don't play yet.
Ooh.
No. We can.
Should I stop?
Hold on 1 second. We can. We got a live microphone. We can just talk here. Going more with the legend of the industry, Brian Colin.
All right, so Jimbo's doing a great job already. Looks like he's going to, oh, well, maybe not, but he's going to kick its butt. However, speaking of arcade games, when we did the thing 12 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was, you offered, Galloping Ghost Productions offered to do an arcade version of General Chaos. We got it fully funded. And at MGC a couple of years ago, guy walked by and he says, I've still got the thousands of dollars in my pocket if Doc will do it when you guys are ready to do it again. So Doc, I got to ask you, are you going to do an arcade version for us if we get the contributor to kick it in there?
100%. I would love to do that. That would be such an amazing thing. Having an arcade version of General Chaos, Major Snafu on the arcade floor, I think that would be absolutely insane and an amazing thing.
Thank you so much, because I know the arcade side of the world, the true collectors have asked me about it more than once, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like.
Well, I'm super excited to play it in general. I've been watching it for since it's been a bit, and you know the crazy thing is people ask about it all the time, and like when's it coming, and you can tell that the people are there with you on this. They're however long it takes. They know, they understand whatever. They're there from day one to the day it releases. And that's a true testament to the players who know your work and what you've brought to every game that you put out there, that it's going to be well worth the wait.
And it's going to be so much more than the original game. It basically was everything I wanted to do on a Sega Genesis but couldn't. Dynamic cameras, bigger battlefields, but still that instantaneous battle that people loved about. I mean, it's not, just so everybody knows, when I say real-time simulation or real-time strategy, it's not 7.5 hours of building your army and then 2.5 minutes of fighting. It is you're in it from the start, from the get-go. We will have campaigns. It has plunder-based economy now. You can train your soldiers. You can make them smarter. You risk them becoming self-aware at some point, which could count against you. And the backstory on why this forever war is still going on is going to be a wonderful surprise and hopefully hilarious.
So make sure you are following the Kickstarter so you do not miss the opportunity. I know you're going to have some great incentives with the Kickstarter.
We have, I believe we're, again, I'm not going to mention them all here because we've got quite a list of incentives that we're talking to people about.
I would keep so many secret if I were doing it.
All right, I'm going to keep those secrets and I'm not going to say anything. All right, well, maybe just the 3D statue of General Chaos that may or may not be, because I'm sure it's never come up before. But Doc?
Yes?
Are you going to do the 3D statue for us? I'll post some pictures on Facebook tomorrow. It looks freaking fantastic.
I would love to. Like, anything I can do to support this project and you, I'm all in. I am all in. And I know these players that have been playing your games. Again, they're traveling from all around the world to get here to play them. It's because you made some amazing games, and I would expect nothing less on this one. It's not rushing to market. You're taking your time. You're doing everything. It's the struggle. A lot of people, it's been in development so long. Usually people go like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to go somewhere else. And this is the passion and the true artistry and the integrity of wanting to see this game done.
That pretty much sums it up. We want to get this done. There's so much we couldn't do before that we're able to do now. New characters, double-fisted ultimate commandos. And if you remember the original one, probably one of the favorite squads was when instead of just doing you go here, you go here, you go here, you just grab control and take control of a single guy. You can do that throughout the game, anywhere anymore. It's also a fighting game inside a battle game because you can do fighting game moves and beat guys up one-on-one. See, you're letting me ramble again, and I didn't want to tell everybody everything about it tonight. But yeah, it's going to be a freaking riot, and everybody we've worked with so far has been wonderful to work with and talented and passionate. I've said it before. I've been doing games for 43 years, and I have been blessed. And General Chaos Major Snafu might be the total icing on the cake.
That is amazing. Again, such an honor to have Brian Cullen here. We are watching King as he steps up to Return of the Invaders. Jimbo Slice wants to say something about 10 years.
Well, it's great seeing Brian Coleman, a good friend here again. Well, you know,
What's your favorite Brian Cullen game?
oh, too many accounts. Wacko, Cosmic Cruiser. There's Rampage.
Did you play much General Chaos?
I haven't, not much.
Okay.
But you know, we did this as the first, and second Money Mystery games. We remember it was Surprise Attack.
It was not Surprise Attack.
What?
The first Monday Mystery game was not Surprise Attack.
I forgot the name of it. It was
Missing in Action.
that was me.
You knew it.
Second one, Star Trek.
Was the second one from Sega.
Yeah, Star Trek. I can't remember the rest. There's too many.
Hundreds. 500 plus.
First two. I missed the tech spelled, but that's okay. We all move on. But God bless it, Doc. This is coming one of the OGs in Money Mystery. Keep it rocking on.
Thank you, man.
I won't be here next 2 weeks because there's a crowd here. But God bless it. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And thank you, Brian Cullen.
Jimbo Slice. Thank you, man. King, what'd you think?
It was really good. I don't know how much time I have, but I'm just going to say all these really quick. Doc, congratulations on 10 years of Monday Mystery. I've been here for all of it. You know the story, the spiel, and I've continued to be here for it like always. And it was awesome seeing, of course, Brian Cullen here, of course, a man behind Rampage. Thank you. Good congratulations, and thank you for what you do as well. And then also, I just wanted to say it is also Allison_Dearwell's birthday today, as you're celebrating the 10 years. So happy birthday to you, my dear darling. Thank you for what you're doing as well, and having my stream be a great time for everybody. But other than that, thank you, Doc, for 10 years of Monday Mystery. And again, like I said, so many games, so many memories. You've given me a lot of great times, and I'm hoping to say and hoping that there will be more to come. This game, however, was interesting. Glad to see that there's another Space Invaders kind of look-alike game going around. So glad it's out.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Who's stepping up next? Andrew stepping up. Andrew, have you played Return of the Invaders?
No, I haven't, but I like Space Invaders. This looks like Majestic 12.
Did you play? You played the original Space Invaders, right?
Of course, I have the House High, and it's one of my favorites, yeah.
Did you play Space Invaders Deluxe?
Yes, I also have the House High in that one.
Did you play Majestic 12?
Yes, used to have the House High, but not anymore.
Well, so I was playing this. We had it down at Productions, playing this a lot. Instantly obsessed with this one. I love Space Invaders. Obviously one of the earliest games I played.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites from way back when. Still love it. Simple, but great. It's a great game. The second one, and Space Invaders Deluxe, I like a lot because they ramped up the difficulty. I like the little things they've added. Majestic 12, it's got a lot more going on with all the power-ups and enemies and the way they shoot and all that stuff.
All right, well, let's see how you do. This is the precursor. It's only single button because it's just the fire button because it's before Majestic 12, but it's going in the Majestic 12 cabinet. So some bullets you can shoot. Some enemies you have to shoot directly in the center. Otherwise, they ricochet your bullet back down at you. A little bit of Galaga action there where some of the enemies, you're bouncing them, and then they just come right in. Some interesting crawl down patterns where sometimes they'll crawl down on the sides a lot. And definitely very interesting. The game feels very good compared to the initial Space Invaders games where you can up. That's one of those that will reflect your bullets. So that one will reflect.
How do you kill it?
So they have those on the one side. They have the ricochet mechanic going on. Be careful, they're getting close to smashing up your base shields. Oh no!
What's that? All right, it's all new to me.
Taking out the bases. Oh, come on now. So when they land, even if you have all 3 lives, it's game over.
Same like Space Invaders.
You don't want them to land. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a lot of stuff you gotta get used to. Like I didn't know a guy's gonna ricochet. The guy needs multiple hits, I'm guessing, to kill that one enemy. It seemed like.
It's more of a not shooting him in his shield. He's got a shield, so you got to shoot him straight up the middle.
All right, gotcha. I'll definitely be putting time on this. I like the whole mechanics. I was just figuring out the different enemies. A lot more going on to it than Space Invaders, so it's kind of like Majestic. So it doesn't seem to have those power drops. Well, but there's that one thing I didn't know what it was. That kind of dropped. It was like.
There are extra point bonuses that you can get. Sometimes if you'll shoot an enemy, it'll spiral down. You can shoot it again, and it'll give you, it's kind of like the UFO bonus where it'll give you more points.
All right, fair enough. I'll definitely be on it again. I like it.
And then there's also challenge stages, but you'll find them. You'll find them. Who's stepping up next? Jim stepping up. Man, are you setting the new world record on this right now?
Oh, I don't know. I've never actually played this one.
Really?
Really?
All right. Well, I am going to intently watch your out of the box play. You're so amazing at so many games. It's to me like the true test of a player. Like you'll learn this game and then you'll be crushing it. But the out of the box score, that first time you play it, especially if you've never played it before, is such a fascinating thing to me. And you're one to watch. You're one to watch on so many of these scores. I wish you were here every Monday because it would be such a great litmus test of where the skill level is for so many of the other players. So looking forward to it. Hopefully it's not, no pressure. No pressure. Let's see how you do.
Appreciate that. I'll see what I can do.
Who in the stream? So I've been neglecting the stream chat. Sorry about that, everybody. Who in the stream chat has played this? So those were, if you shoot the reflected, I believe it's the closer they are to you, the more points they're worth. So you can basically like just frame them. So on the far left and right, the second to last enemies, those have reflecting shields on one side of them. Getting that 1,600 points, that's big. See, up top it was only 400. So that they can reflect a bullet, and it's very fast. 400 there. Oh, the one cool thing, if you shoot those higher up enemies and get them to reflect the shot, that you want to... If you let them reflect the shot while they have other enemies in front of them, it will destroy all the enemies in front. It's got to be a direct center shot on those guys. So you want to take them out early, because if you take them out later, if you're off a little bit, then it gets really difficult dealing with that shot reflect. 1,000 points there. Got him. That's big. Oh, challenge stage. He did it. They're lining up. Got that challenge stage. It's putting out the enemies. Got him. Bonus points. Huge bonus. finding that challenge stage. You know, getting that little bit of time where the shots are still going through. Now the shields are moving. And the invaders come down several spots. The shield's moving. You can shoot through the small gap in the shield, but only in certain spots. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Getting that challenge bonus onto the challenge stage again. It's the balance of letting a bunch of invaders come out, because that's where the bonus is. 20,000 for beating the main ship, but you can really rack up the points if you don't destroy them right away. Oh, come on now. That shot sneaking up. So this one, a little bit of Ghost Lord tech, 1,600 points. Great bonus there. So you want to leave the center, well, because the side enemies, they're not going left and right, they're just coming straight down the middle. So having those enemies that reflect the shots become a big problem, because now you've got a time management. There it is. There it is. He's doing, he can still, come on now. Oh, come on now. 96,000. Stage 4. Excellent out of the box. If they land, it's game over. They take all of your extra lives. So it's imperative, but so difficult. Stage 4 is definitely that big step up where the difficulty ramps up. What'd you think?
That was fun. Way more complicated than the original Space Invaders.
You know, but not too much. Like, it's still...
Very still approachable. I couldn't figure out what the special button did.
So that's it's only a single button.
Oh,
It's just fire. That's just because it's the Majestic 12 cabinet. So.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but very approachable. Obviously, you know, you can get a lot done with just the plain fire, which is how they intended it to be. So, fun game, and I like the added variety a lot.
You did excellent. Thank you so much, man. Who's stepping up next? He's back. He wants more.
Yeah. You gotta get to at least stage 4.
So that's the coolest thing. Andrew's like, I got to get to stage 4. He saw Jim do it. I'm sorry for neglecting you again, stream chat. Tell me one last time, who in the stream chat has played this? I'm looking now. I'm paying attention. I'm not neglecting everybody anymore. Patrick, what is up? Real Hammer Billy Lee has the talent, never even hearing of it. Talent's played a lot of games.
Oh, come on. That one, I forgot about the deflecting guy.
Not this one. This one has been in the vaults for probably, it's been years. Stephen Lucas never played it. Casey Spoon never played it. Elwood Blues never playing it. Elwood, thank you again, man. That's so awesome. I've got him right here. That generous gift. Thank you, man. I very much appreciate that. Twitch never playing it.
Come
Jamit playing on Taito Legends on Xbox. That's awesome.
Wow.
Andrew walking away, turning away. You know, he walked away as if, who's stepping up next? Bulldog stepping up next. You know, Andrew walked away with that feeling of if we had the table flip game, he would have gone over to it and just flipped it. Bulldog, you picked an amazing day to come out, taking it up even one more notch than I thought the day was going to be. Awesome to see you here, and thank you so much for coming out, man.
I'm just glad I was able to make it today. Just had the energy.
Well, let's see how you do on Return of the Invaders.
The thing is, I won't start anything because my to-do list only gets that much longer a day. But if you want to do something, it gets to the top of the list. I'm doing it.
David Bush, you are correct. One of the legends of the industry, Brian Cullen, is here.
How you doing, David?
No other stream, no other arcade stream probably going on right now. It is a tough game. 10,900 for Bulldog. Who's stepping up next? Where else can you have a 40-year-old arcade game debut on an arcade floor with over 200 people watching? What is that, man? Have you played Return of the Invaders?
I have not played it.
Okay. Have you heard of it?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Are you going to wreck this score?
Who knows? Who knows?
I like it. Let's see how he does. The compliments pouring in from the stream chat for having a legend like Brian Cullen here. A-Train saying Rampage is always the first game I play when I enter Galloping Ghost Arcade.
I never get tired of hearing that. Thank you. You scared me there for a second because I thought, where else can you get a 40-year-old? And I was going to say, I may look 40, Doc, but I'm actually in my 70th year, so.
I never would have guessed.
You're too kind and a very good liar.
J-Met saying he loves Xenophobe.
Me too. Me too.
Me too. You know, the first time I played it, I didn't understand how to play it. It was a lot going on.
It had no. That's another one of the games where they told me you can't do it because we don't have scrolling hardware and we're not going to give it to you. That's all fake. That old game that scrolls from room to room to room on 3 levels, we figured out how to fake that too. Give me a problem, and that's the thing that excites me the most.
Well, I have to, with Xenophobe, I put so many quarters into it back in the day. And it was the art and the animation that was so, like, the humor to it, too. Like getting pulled up in the ceiling and getting knocked down and losing your gun and just every little nuance that went into that game is, having known you for years now, it's so like, oh, that's Brian Cullen, like right there.
Do you want the tragedy?
Sure.
We put it out early on test because management wasn't sure about it. It was about 9/10 done, but 8/10 done, but we put it out about a month early on test. It made a ton of money, made more than Rampage did that we did the year before. So it's like we got it back. We're going to finish the game. No, we're putting it into production next week. What? I've got all these other robots. I've got all these other weapons. All the stuff that you pick up, you're supposed to be able to use. These seeds you can plant and grow food and gain health. No, we're putting it out on production next week. If you look at the ROMs, you will find about 50 images that you'll go, I've never seen this in the game. That's the tragedy of letting management say, just thought I was being, hey, that's nice. They're going to, put it out on test early. I'd never let anybody do that again.
Wow, it's stories like that to me, like hearing that, learning that, doing what I've gotten to do and still learning. That's my favorite thing as far, like, when the industry people come out, we learn more about the things that we love in all these games. And that is an amazing thing. Claudio stepping back up to Return of the Invaders, your Monday mystery game, the 10th year anniversary game based on the 1978 Space Invaders. Do you think if we asked Jeff, do you think Jeff still, who programmed Xenophobe?
Howard Shear, he was a brand new programmer, and yeah, he did a really good job. I think he's still local. He was a couple of years ago. He's not in the industry anymore, but his name was Howard Shear.
Interesting. I wonder if, I know Jeff had so many code books of all the source code.
The only one I wish he had was the code for Wild Pitch. I would love people to see that game. But as far as I know, it doesn't exist anywhere. Raccoons ate mine.
Oh.
But that's another story. I don't know if I'm supposed to share this either, but Jeff works for a major casino group these days, Jeff Nauman. And I saw a note last spring that a Rampage slot machine 8 foot tall was coming out this fall. So I've not heard anything more about that. But if you're on your way to Vegas, look for Rampage.
That would be an amazing thing to see. It's insane. Like, it's so, again, we're talking about how games now often draw from existing IPs or movies, and your IPs got turned into movies.
They did. That was incredible. I felt like a 10-year-old the whole time. I got to be an extra. They shot a cameo, ended up on the cutting room floor, but still they shot it, meeting The Rock, meeting everybody down there treated me like a king, and I felt like a 5-year-old at Christmas. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
That is so amazing. Again, having Brian Colin here, Claudio from 28,300. You want one more?
Sure.
Claudio's going at it again.
One more. That's it.
You want to find somebody to... You got somebody? Where again can they keep an eye on the updates for General Chaos, Major Snafu?
Brian Colin, I'm on Facebook, Brian F. Colin, Game Refuge Incorporated, Game Refuge page on Facebook, the General Chaos page on Facebook. There will be a Major Snafu page. There will be, they can go to Kickstarter. They can go to Steam is going to be published here in another day or two, and Discord will be probably next week. We will have our Discord channel up. They'll be able to talk to the design team. They will get the latest. We're going to start putting videos out there, gameplay videos, just little snippets, but you'll get an idea of the type of gameplay and the ridiculous humor, hopefully. Hopefully, you'll get an idea of why you absolutely need to get this game.
Very awesome. Claudio, what'd you think?
That's tough. That's really tough. Definitely something that'll probably be on my challenge card sooner, but I'll definitely would spend more time on that for sure.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Huge thanks to the legend of the industry, Brian Colin, for joining us today. Huge thanks to our producer, GGA Tommy Waffles. And I think we will wrap it up there. Huge thanks to everybody in the stream chat. Jolt, thank you again so much. Elwood Blues, thank you again so much for everything. Hope everybody enjoyed Return of the Invaders, released from Taito back in 1985. Thank you all for 10 years of Monday Mystery Games. That's 52 games a year minimum. So we've had well over 520 Monday Mysteries, with probably, sometimes we did one game, sometimes we do two, sometimes we do three. That one time we did 10. That was quite a few. So thank you. We have more Monday Mysteries coming. Cannot wait to have General Chaos as a Monday Mystery game. Hopefully we'll have Brian out here for the big unveiling whenever that happens. All right. So that will wrap it up.
Thank you, Doc, for everything.
Thank you, man. Until next time, thanks everybody. This is Doc Mac from the Galloping Ghost Arcade. We hope to see you around the arcade soon. Thanks a lot, everybody. Jeffrey and Stephen Lucas, Elwood Blues, Roger, thank you all so much. We're going to send everybody over to Justin Wong. Tell him we say hello. Tell him what you've seen here. Let him know that Brian Cullen was just here. So we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday. Talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.